Welcome to Servant of the Fates. Today's pick-a-card reading is all about how men versus women see you. Are there similarities? Are there differences? Pick the card that sparks some memory in you. It has your answers. Guidelines below on how to do just that. Feel free to pause this video as you take your pick. As always, timestamps down below. And let's begin. If you chose the first card, welcome to your reading. It's timeless. You're meant to see it right now. So these cards will tell you how men see you, and these ones will tell you how women do. Okay, let's begin with how men see you. We have Judgment. This is the card of Pluto, ruler of Scorpio. So you're being seen by men as mysterious and charming, but not in a light way, very enigmatic, so almost scary, but in a seductive way. Do you know what I mean? Whether you're a man or a woman, men are kind of intimidated by you and yet intrigued at the same time. You make them nervous. You make them curious, okay? We also have the World. So men see you as someone who is accomplished, okay? Whether or not that's because you have actual accomplishments, as in a nice career, financial stability, awards, trophies, medals, anything like that. But they just do see you as someone who has succeeded in life, someone who feels like you're protected by the world, by the divine, by spirit, whatever you call your higher power. They feel like things have happened to you, negative things, but you always end up on top. So it's like there's something magical going on. You're someone accomplished, you're someone protected, you're someone who's there to stay, okay? This is also, of course, a card of admiration, right? So again, whether you're a man or a woman, this dancer is representing you right now. And you are someone who's being looked at, who's being admired, okay? More on how do men see you. The Knight of Swords. So this explains the intimidation that I saw earlier with the Judgment card. The Knight of Swords is the most intelligent knight in tarot. But it's more than that. It's more than just a book smart, someone who graduated valedictorian or anything like that. This is someone who has a way with words, someone who's good at debates, someone who's amazing at arguments, not petty arguments, but like explaining your values, your principles, and destroying what you think are harmful opinions or perspectives that don't reflect your own. So there's your ruthlessness here, okay? That is why there is intimidation, but whatever it is, you are good at that. That's why we have the World right beside it, okay? So this is having a very aggressive, could be aggressive way with words, okay? How you communicate. So this is how men see you. We also have the Six of Cups. So these are kind of heavy energies, right? You have this intimidation angle going on, arguments, debates. This is accomplishment, perhaps fame, okay? And this is like that scorpionic, occultist, mysterious energy. But this one is very light. Men see you as kind. Beneath all that, it's like there's a time for you to shine. There's a time for you to be aggressive. There's a time when you need to assert yourself. But beneath all that, when you're just calm and comfortable and there's no conflict around you, you're someone who's kind. You're someone who's lighthearted. You're someone who is generous of heart, of spirit. You like helping other people, making other people smile. You're someone very generous. I keep hearing generous, right? So that is what men think of you. Lastly, we also have the Four of Pentacles. So again, back to the scorpionic energy. this is the card of being private, okay? Not wanting anyone encroaching upon your privacy. Yes, you are kind, you can be open. You do love to talk about your principles, your values, your goals, right? That's why you have the world, your dreams and life. But you do keep some things, a lot of things, to yourself, okay? You are not a small talk kind of person. So yeah, this is how the men in your life see you, whether or not you're a man or a woman, okay? There's mystery there. There's the occult angle. Maybe you're someone who's also into tarot, astrology, spell casting, manifestation, things like that. You're seen as someone who is good at what you do. You can be a bit argumentative, okay? But there's kindness and generosity there, and someone who's quite private. Even though you talk publicly about some things, there are a lot of things that the men around you know that you keep only to yourself. Now, how does this compare to how the women in your life see you? We have the Magician. So far there is a mirroring. The Magician is someone who knows how to make things happen, you know, someone who is good at manifesting beautiful things in their life. And that's why we have the World and the Knight of Swords, right? This is achievement, okay? So the Magician knows how to achieve things, how to make things happen, like I said. And the Knight of Swords is someone who's not afraid to do that. Someone who's not afraid to get their hands dirty in order to do that, okay? So very positive, although if you look at this card, as above, so below. So there is more of a dualistic aspect here. This is the card of Mercury, okay? The planet, the god Mercury. So there is also this assumption or impression of you that you are not above tricking other people or manipulating other people to get what you want, okay? So it's more positive than negative, but there is that clever, tricksy aspect as well as to how women see you. We also have the Page of Wands. So this is nice. You're seen as someone adventurous, someone inquisitive, right? You have this fire, this passion for life. You're someone who likes to travel, someone who likes to learn. So yeah, you're seen as kind of this young spirit who is excited about living, right? About making the best of it. We also have the Star. So this is very positive. I know we mentioned that the women in your life think that sometimes you can be very manipulative, or you can, you know, be some kind of a trickster, right? To get what you want. But this is more important because this is 1 and this is 17, right? So it's higher in rank, and the women around you, they do think that you are someone who is inspiring and healing, okay? So the achievements that you do have, the strengths that you do have, you do not keep them to yourself in a way that's selfish, you know? You share your learnings. You share your strengths with other people, how you overcame your challenges and your problems. Like we said, generous, right? That's what the men in your life are saying about you. So there's this inspiring, healing aspect about you, okay? So when the women in your life look at what you have achieved so far, they don't get jealous, they get inspired. How beautiful is that, okay? This is how they see you. Someone that they can emulate, someone that they can mirror, so that they too can be, you know, someone who has achieved something, someone who is somebody in life. What else? We have Death. Oh my God, this is a mirror of this. Like I said, this is the card of Pluto, ruler of Scorpio, and this is the card of Scorpio. So both the man and the women in your life see you as scorpionic, someone who is good at the occult, someone enigmatic, someone mysterious, someone quite private, right? And there is an additional element here, which is kind of related to the Magician. The women in your life, in a good way, are afraid of crossing you because they know that you're someone who's not gonna sit back or back down, right? When someone starts a fight, you're gonna finish it. Okay, so the women in your life see you as a fighter. Last but not least, the women in your life do see you as kind of chaotic, okay? They don't see you as, they do know that you're good at manifesting things, that you are inspiring, that you are, you know, entrepreneurial and passionate, but they think that you're kind of neurotic and chaotic, okay? You're not a very calm person. You're not a very quietly confident person. They can see. This is, I'm hearing social media, probably the way you post stories and whatnot, right? Reels or whatever. They can see that you are someone who worries about things, someone who overthinks things, even if you say such things, such feelings humorously, okay? They can say that you are someone who does get anxious and nervous and stuff like that. So they still find you inspiring, but they see the darkness that is in you that kind of bothers you sometimes. And that's very insightful, because if we compare them together, the men in your life, they didn't pick up on that, right? It's all very positive. It's kind of surface, actually, except for this one, when the men in your life think you're very kind and generous, other than just intelligent and sometimes aggressive, right? But the women in your life, this is a bit more, there are more idiosyncrasies in the way that they see you, okay? So there is that kind of feisty part of you that they are seeing, that you're someone who is kind of a force and you're inspiring, but no one should ever cross you, because you are willing to do, you know, something crazy for your vengeance or to achieve your goals or something like that. But yeah, they find you healing and inspiring, but every now and then they see how chaotic and neurotic you can be as well. So there you go. There are some similarities in how the men and the women in your life see you. This includes your parents, your friends, your colleagues, your bosses, your lover, potential lover, right? Maybe children if you have kids as well. So last thing that I'm going to tell you about is we're going to count the major arcana. So 2 out of 5, that's very positive, but this one is 3 out of 5. So this tells me that the women in your life think more highly of you than the men in your life. It doesn't mean anything negative. It's just that you have more female admirers than male admirers, okay? There are more women who reflect on your strengths, on the challenges that you have accomplished, than men. That's all it means. It doesn't mean that the men are looking down on you. We know that that's not true if you listen to this reading, right? But yeah, 3 versus 2, there are more women than men who admire you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you chose the second card, welcome to your reading. It's timeless. You're meant to see it right now. So this spread will be how the men in your life see you, and this one at the bottom will be how the women do. Let's begin with this one. How do the men in your life see you? The 2 of Pentacles, someone who's very hardworking, okay? They see you as someone who is good at balancing your work and life as well, okay? Work life, social life. They see you as someone who is very busy, but you are good at it, at juggling priorities, okay? Someone active, someone who knows what should matter in life, okay? Someone very sociable as well. How else do the men in your life see you? The Page of Swords. They see you as somewhat defensive, okay? You can be very defensive whenever, you know, your values are kind of not questioned, but discussed. The things you do, the things you choose to do or be, they see you as someone kind of defensive, but also someone who is good at defending yourself, okay? So in addition to being defensive, you can be convincing in the way that you explain to the men around you. And this could include your dad, your brother, you know, a husband, a boss, right? And how you explain yourself and your decisions, maybe at the workplace. So defensive, but ultimately good at it. How else do the men in your life see you? We have the Six of Swords. They know that you're someone who doesn't like conflict. That's probably why you can be defensive, because you're literally just sitting there trying to make the best of life, right? So you don't like drama around you, especially about you. You're someone who always walks away from that, from the turbulent waters. You're someone who always wants something more tranquil. You always go for something more serene. And that's very positive, right? You do not attract conflict, drama. You're seen as someone calm, right? Someone who is good for their peace of mind. We also have the Seven of Cups. You're seen as someone ambitious, okay? That's why there's that hardworking aspect. But also, even though you're good, the way that men see you, you're good at juggling the day-to-day life and the day-to-day priorities. They think, you know, and this could include the male authority figures in your life. They think you haven't yet figured out your life purpose and what you want to do, okay? So they see you as someone kind of confused. Yes, you're doing your best. They appreciate that. But maybe you're in a college degree program that your heart's not really into, or you've already changed degree programs or careers 2, 3, 4 times, okay? They see you as someone who's still trying to find your footing, someone who's still trying to discover who you really are. They see you as a work in progress, okay? Not yet someone who's quite accomplished and, you know, someone who's achieved something. They see you as someone who is still young, either at heart, in spirit, and age, right? They think you're still figuring things out. Last but not least, they think that you're someone who is very kind, generous, charitable, caring, nurturing. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles is the most motherly, the most, dare I say, loving of all the queens in tarot. Okay, so even though sometimes the men in your life think that you do struggle, you're still someone who, to the point of sacrificing, you're someone who gives to the people you love all the time. So this is quite an emotional thing. Financial, yes, but the way the men in your life see you is you're someone who puts your loved ones before yourself, okay? And of course, they also see you as a queen in the making, right? They think you're still figuring things out, but they know that you have it in you. There's that intelligence, that talent in communication and defensiveness, but also, you know, you just want to be left alone doing what you want instead of starting drama around you. And yeah, you're someone who's very hardworking. You don't waste minutes, days. You know, you always are working towards something, perhaps stability. That's why we have the Queen of Pentacles. But yeah, whether you're a man or a woman, okay? The difference in tarot between kings and queens. It could sound sexist, but remember, tarot was envisioned in the 1400s, right? But the difference is in, one, authority, okay? Kings are seen as more powerful than queens, just a little bit in tarot. But also, more importantly than that, is when it comes to the emotional aspect. The kings are seen as more intellectual and the queens more emotional. So whether you're a man or a woman, this card could still definitely apply to you. It just means that if you're a man and you identify as that, it just means that the people in your life who are male, they think you're someone who is very, very nourishing and caring, okay? So yeah, that's all it means. It can resonate whatever gender you identify with, okay? Whether you get a queen, a king, it still applies. So yeah, this is how the men in your life see you. Hardworking, could be defensive, but good at communicating. Someone who just wants peace of mind and quiet and calm. Someone who's still kind of confused, still discovering your life purpose and what you're meant to do in this life. Someone who is very caring though. Nurturing, nourishing, giving, generous to the people around you, to the people you love. Now, how does it compare? How do the women in your life see you? Another queen, the Queen of Cups. So there is a mirroring there, right? There's a consistency. The women in your life, this could include your mom, sisters, right? Manager, maybe, colleagues, neighbors, friends. The women in your life, even strangers, okay? First impression, when they see you, they think you're someone who is in great control of your emotions, okay? And we know that. It kind of mirrors this as well, because you're not someone who wants or attracts or starts drama. So you're in control of your emotions. And this is also, of course, since it's a queen, a card of being nurturing. But this one is more spiritual than the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is kind of tangible. You love someone, you give them money. You cook food for them, you know? This one is more giving someone advice, being there for them in a more emotional, spiritual way. But there's a mirroring, as you can see, okay? The women in your life also see you as a queen. We also have the Four of Wands. Beautiful. So there's kind of a difference. The women in your life can see the extroverted part of you more than the men do. I mean, look at them. They are kind of, they're only looking at how hard you're working towards life and how quiet you want things to be, blah, 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 right? But the women in your life, they can see your extroverted side, your sociable side, someone who likes going to parties, someone who likes celebrating. So from this, I can deduce that maybe you have more girlfriends, right, than boy, as in male friends, whether you're a man or a woman, because they're the ones who know what a party animal you can be. Or maybe party animal is not the accurate term, but how fun you can be at celebrations, you know, social events. There is that side of you that the men in your life don't see. From the women, okay, this is a mirror of the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles. They see you as someone, again, there is, like I said, that generous aspect, but also they see you as someone who's not, you know, you're just not very selfish when it comes to sharing your blessings, financial and otherwise, okay? This is the card of wealth, but it's not just about money. Whatever your blessings are, maybe it's your talents, maybe it's your skills, the knowledge that you have, right? In addition to what financial resources you have. The women in your life see you as someone who is so willing to share that, who is so willing to teach the younger people around you, or maybe the older people around you, what you know about life, about business, about love. I just heard that, love advice, right? That's why we have the Queen of Cups. She's the Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Love. So yeah, this is how the women in your life see you. And it's a mirror of the Queen of Pentacles. Additional message that I heard just now. The women in your life think that you are someone who is good at attracting money, okay? They're not saying that they see you as someone who is like a millionaire or super wealthy or anything like that, but you are good at attracting money whenever you need it, like to start a business or, you know, for education or for your kids or something like that. It's like you're good at manifesting it whenever you need it, okay? So yeah, there's that resourcefulness and independence there. Self-reliance in the way that the women in your life see you. We also have the Ace of Swords, kind of a mirror of the Page of Swords, right? Someone who is good at communicating, someone who can be defensive, but also someone kind of a mirror of the Seven of Cups. Someone who is quite good at starting things, okay? But it's more positive the way that women than men see it, okay? The way that men see it is you're kind of confused. You're always changing your mind. One day it's this, the next it's that. But the women in your life, they just think you're good at new beginnings. You know, you're good at reinventing yourself, okay? Last but not least, from the women in your life, they see you as the Knight of Wands. Again, your extroversion is coming through more for the women than the men in your life, okay? Suit of Wands is the suit of fire. It's all about that fun, passionate, excited part of you, okay, that the men in your life don't happen to see. This is someone who loves to learn, who loves to explore, who loves to travel, okay? Very adventurous, very optimistic as well, and open-minded, okay? So yeah, there's quite a huge difference with the way the men and the women in your life see you. I would say there's kind of criticism more here than here. So as a conclusion, I would tell you that the women in your life see you more positively than the men in your life do, okay? They cannot help but judge some men in your life whenever they think about you. They can't help but judge how kind of clueless you still are every now and then about life, okay? And how, again, defensive you can be. But the women in your life, it's so positive. They see how fun you could be, but how emotional and serious you can be as well. They see your generosity, but to be fair, the men do see that as well. But this is 100% positive. The way that the women in your life see you, the way that the men in your life see you is more like 70-80% positive. So I would wager and say that you are closer, or you are more valued or loved by more women than men currently in your life. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you chose the third card, welcome to your reading. It's timeless. You're meant to see it right now. So the cards above, these are how the men in your life see you, and these ones are how the women in your life do. Let's begin with this. How do the men in your life see you? We have Temperance. They see you as someone who is very balanced, okay? Someone of good countenance. They see you as someone quite positive, okay, whenever they think of you. This could include your dad, brother, manager, colleagues, friends, okay, lover, okay? They see you as someone with a very calming, serene aura around you. They feel at ease whenever they are with you, okay? There is also that healing aspect in the Temperance card, okay? They see you as someone who is not only calm yourself, but someone with the ability to calm their own storm, okay? So there's that healing, healer, influential aspect as well. How wonderful. What else? We have the Emperor. Wow. So the man in your life, whether or not you're a man or a woman yourself, they see you as someone who's kind of an alpha, okay? They see you as someone very masculine in the way that you assert yourself, in the way that you find your way in this world, okay? They see you as a fighter, right? That's why this card, there's a lot of oranges and reds, right? And yellows. They see you as someone very passionate about your dreams, and you're going to do anything to achieve it, okay? Someone brave, someone powerful, Aries energy. And this is Sagittarius energy, by the way, so fire. The men in your life see you as someone very fiery in a very positive way, of course. But to be fair, with the Emperor, there could be a bit of intimidation as well, okay? The men in your life could be, of course, they admire you, but there's also that bit of insecurity that they're projecting onto you because you're just someone who is so good at controlling yourself emotionally, right? Someone who knows how to be, how to carry yourself. And some of the men in your life are a bit intimidated by that, but that's a very small, subtle message, okay? It's not like a dominant message, the men in your life hate you or anything like that. Not at all. What else? The Queen of Cups. So that just confirmed what I said. That even though they see you as very masculine, alpha, they're not, really annoyed or irritated or angered by that, because they also see you as the Queen of Cups. Someone who is good at giving advice, right? Someone who is not intimidating when it comes to that aspect. Like, if the men in your life need you, need to open up to you, share their problems with you, They see you as a shoulder that they can cry on, someone who will help them, someone who will give them amazing advice, someone who's never going to spill their secrets to anybody else, okay? So this is how they see you. They see you as an emperor and a queen. So the men in your life look up to you. They admire you. So far, these are very positive cards. We also have the 9 of Pentacles. So they know that you have a taste for luxury as well. And that every now and then you like buying expensive things. You like owning beautiful things. But also you are someone who is good at what you do. Whatever business or career this is. Okay? Whether or not it's true, they see you as someone with a good salary or, you know, a profitable business. They see you as someone quite financially stable. And you're not, you know, shy when it comes to flaunting what you have, okay? Maybe you drive a better car than most people do, okay? Or you live in a more beautiful house or condo than most of your peers do. But yeah, the men in your life definitely notice that. Last but not least, they see you as the Page of Pentacles as well. Do you see the colors yellow? So this is very positive. Yellow in tarot is joy, okay? Happiness. So they see you as a positive force, like we said, with the Queen of Cups and Temperance, right? They see you as a positive force and influence in their life, okay? The men around you. But they also, this is so interesting. The men in your life, okay? The ones that I'm reading, you know, whose energy I'm reading right now, they are very dimensional, multi-dimensional in how they see you. On one hand, they see you as an emperor, someone who is like this very mature leader kind of person. But with the Page of Pentacles, they see you as a child as well. Someone who's very curious, enthusiastic, and hardworking, of course, which is aligned with the 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, this is how the men in your life see you, okay? They see you as someone very balanced, someone healing, someone powerful, an alpha, male or female, okay? They see you as a trusted shoulder to cry on, someone who gives good advice, someone who is kind of financially stable and who loves, you know, the more luxurious things in life, someone who is hardworking, curious, entrepreneurial, and young at heart and spirit, okay? Now let's see, how does it compare to how the women in your life see you? We have the 7 of Wands. The women in your life, they think you're someone who is very resilient and persevering, okay? The men in your life, compared to this, they don't see your struggle, okay? They see you as the Emperor, someone very stable. The 9 of Pentacles, someone rich, you know? Temperance, someone calm. But the women in your life, they see that maybe you have all that because you're a fighter and you do your best to win all the time. So the women in your life see your struggle. They see you winning. Look, right? You're on top of it. Whatever it is, whatever these things are that you're multitasking, you're on top of it. But yeah, the women, they see more of the backstage things, right? Because the men, they see the results, right? You're now on a throne. You're now enjoying the fruits of your labor. But the women, they see the process, the backstage, right? The fights, the difficulties you had to endure to stay there, to be there. What else? Ah, see? Very similar energy. The 9 of Wands. They see you as someone who is safe. Yes, right? 9 out of 10 is a good number in tarot. Someone who is already safe. You have a lot, but they see you as someone who's always worried that the other shoe is gonna drop. Okay? You are someone who is not quite as calm as the men in your life perceive you to be. They see that you do worry about the future. You worry if you can retain whatever stability and health and wealth and happiness you have right now, okay? So the women in your life, they kind of see into your mind more than the men do. They see the surface, the men. It's like they see the results. The women see the process, how you got there, and what's on your mind right now. Even though you're there almost at the top, right? 9 out of 10. The women in your life, this include your mom, your sister, right? Your best friend. They see how worried you still are about accumulating more, okay? And achieving more. We also have the Three of Swords. Oh my God, there is a theme here. The women in your life, I'm thinking you're closer to more women than men, okay? Because they're the ones who see the inside of you. Like I said, the men see your mask. Well, it's not a mask because it's not fake. I mean, you're not hiding who you truly are, but they see the surface or the first layers, right? The first few layers of you. The women, they see inside. So they know the heartbreak, the pain you've gone through. They know that whatever achievements you have right now, the impetus for you to have them, it's more than ambition, it's more than drive. It's to heal yourself. There's a bit of vengeance as well. You know, you want to show the people who hurt you, the people who rejected you, that look where I am now. Okay, it's not vengeance per se, but you know what I mean, you know? You want to gloat a little bit, okay? Self-validation, right? I think that's better than vengeance. Validation, okay, is one of the reasons that you have been working so hard, as we know from the Seven of Pentacles, okay? There has been pain in your life, and the women in your life know that, okay? They know that this is the reason you work so hard. This is the reason you're trying your best to be the best person that you can be, the best version of yourself. We also have the King of Wands. So that's good. Finally, some similarities. The King of Wands is a minor arcana of the Emperor, of course. This is the King of Fire. So the women in your life, they do see that you are also an authority in your own life. You can be very passionate, creative, okay? They see you as someone very creative, good with the arts. Now that could mean different things. Doesn't mean you're good at crafts. It could be music, it could be writing, right? But they see you as someone creative and talented when it comes to the arts, okay? Last but not least, the women in your life do see you, okay, another mirroring, that's beautiful. They do see you as someone who is also very calm, okay? There's a struggle, there's pain deep down, but they appreciate that you're someone who is serene, okay? You don't let this boil over. Whatever pain this is, whatever struggle this is, you don't let it affect the people around you. And that is a mirror of temperance, right? You're someone who tries to leave drama or turbulent waters for something calmer, okay? So yeah, there are mirrored things in how the men and the women in your life see you, but the women seem to know more, okay? And as you can see in this spread, we have two major arcana cards, the Emperor and the Emperor. Here, there's none. And this is telling me that there are more men in your life who admire you than women, but that's not a bad thing. There's no envy or anything like that. There's no bitterness. It's just that the men, they don't know what you're going through or what you've been through. So they admire you. They think you were born great or whatnot, okay? So it's kind of on a surface level. They don't know. The women, they know how hard you have it or how hard you've been having it, or maybe in the past, right? So there is admiration as well. Of course, they see you as a king, whether you're a man or a woman, right? King energy, lovely. But there's no major arcana cards here. So they see through you, the women in your life. They see you for who you really are. The strengths, the weaknesses. The men, they seem to see more the strengths, right? So there you go. That's the difference. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. If you chose the fourth card, welcome to your reading. It's timeless. You're meant to see it right now. So these cards will tell us how the men in your life see you. These ones at the bottom, how the women do. Okay, let's begin with this. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Wonderful. So the men in your life see you as someone who is abundant, perhaps even wealthy, financially stable, right? Someone who's on track when it comes to your career, or, you know, whatever society perceives that you should be at this age or that, okay? They see you as someone who has achieved things, right? We also have The Hermit, wonderful. This is in line with that. The men in your life see you as someone who is wise and mature. Okay? So wisdom. Someone who knows, you know, what paths to take in life. Someone who's very good at making the right decisions. The important ones, right? And then this is also, like I said, the card of maturity. So you're not someone who enjoys drama, who creates drama, who is petty, right? They see you as someone who is kind of an old soul. Okay, so there's a level of admiration there with these two cards. The men in your life could include the father figures in your life, brothers, friends, neighbors, potential lovers, right? So yeah, this is how they see you. Very positive. We also have the Seven of Wands. They see you as a winner. Okay, this is life trying to stab you, trying to get at you, but you're always on top of it. Okay, so this is how the men in your life see you. You are someone who's always on top of it. And that's why they see you as someone who is accomplished, someone who is wealthy, someone who is wise, someone who is mature. They see you as a fighter and a winner. How lovely is that? The men in your life really think highly of you, okay? So that's something that I'm being asked to highlight. If ever you think that maybe, you know, there's not enough love there from your dad or whatnot, or appreciation from your manager, you would be wrong, because there is actually, you know, they know your value, they know your worth, they admire you. Okay, very positive. What else do we have here? Oh, the Sun. This is the best card in tarot, okay? They see you as someone who is the best of them, like the best of us. My God. They really do think highly of you, okay? They see you as like a very positive force in their life, someone who makes them happy, someone who makes them joyful, someone who's also very transparent, very honest, okay? Not a trickster at all, not someone manipulative, not someone wearing a mask. They see you as, you know, what you see is what you get kind of person, okay? And something very specific, okay? I just heard something. They see you as the sunshine that sanitizes the bacteria around them. That is a very specific wording, but they see you as that, almost like a savior. Honestly, you know, someone who destroys that toxicity around them and replaces it with positivity. That is how the men in your life see you. Wonderful. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. This is in line with the Hermit. These are both cards of Virgo, okay? They see you as someone who is, what's that saying? Slowly but surely, okay? So, like we said, they see you as someone wise, right? The men in your life see you as someone wise. So you're not rash. You're not impulsive. You're not irrational. You're someone who always thinks things through before acting or speaking, right? But they do see you as someone who's kind of slow as well. And honestly, someone who's kind of antisocial with the Hermit as well, and now the Knight of Pentacles, but not in a negative way, okay? Like we said, you have the best card here, the Sun, a positive force in their life, but they see you as more on the introverted side. You are a joy in more an emotional, spiritual way. Not like the life of the party where you're the best dancer or singer or the most extroverted, sociable person in the room. No, they don't see you as that. The joy that you bring in their lives is more about spirituality, emotional stability, your shoulder that they can cry on, you're an inspiration that helps lift them up, right? Whenever they're feeling down, okay? So, wow. This is the most positive so far, okay? Of how men see you in all of the four piles, okay? This is very, very positive. They see you as someone abundant, someone mature and wise, someone who's a fighter and a winner, a positive force that sanitizes the bacteria around them, someone who is reliable and steady, but kind of too quiet, kind of too introverted. Okay, now let's see, how does it compare to how the women in your life see you? We have the Six of Cups. This is kind of a mirror of the sun, but lesser intensity though. As you can see, they both have kids on them. This one has a child, 2 children. So they see you as someone kind, generous, a positive force as well. Okay, someone who also brings them joy, happiness, good vibes. Wonderful. There's a mirroring there, but it's more so with the man. Okay. We also have the King of Cups. Wow. So it's kind of similar with this. The King of Cups is someone who is very much in control of his emotions. So he is not rash. What did I say earlier? He is not impulsive. He is not irrational. He always thinks things through before speaking or making a decision or acting upon something. They see you as the King of Cups. And again, very loving, very loyal. Okay. So this is how the people in your life see you. The women specifically. We also have the High Priestess. Now, this has an additional meaning when beside the High Priestess. This is, of course, a card of the occult, right? Your higher self. Okay. The part of you that's into believing in the universe and the divine and whatever you call your higher power, right? Beside the King of Cups, which is the card of Scorpio, the women in your life see you as someone with some level of occult power. Okay, maybe they think you're psychic, or you know, you have a third eye open or something like that. Okay, but either way, there is some mysticism here, something to do with the occult. The women in your life see you as someone who has power when it comes to that, the 12th house, right? The High Priestess, someone who's very much in touch with her higher self. So amazing. There is also admiration here, okay? If you're not familiar with the term, okay, very briefly, the higher self is similar to what the Christians call the soul, okay? So you have your body, which is your conscious self, who you are right now in this lifetime, and your higher self is the wiser, immortal part of you. Like I said, the soul, right? And the women in your life, they see you as someone who is very much aligned with your higher self, with your soul. So they do see you kind of like the hermit as well. Okay, someone wise, someone mature, someone who's a positive energy. Wonderful. From the women in your life, we also have the 10 of Wands. Wow. They see your struggles as well. They see that you have always been very hardworking, as the men know, right? And the women in your life, though, more than the men, they worry that maybe you're tired, maybe you're burdened, okay? Because you're someone who's always, like the King of Cups and the High Priestess, you're someone who's on top of it. You're on top of things, you know? You're like almost like a perfect role model. But the women in your life, maybe this includes your mom, a sister, a daughter, right? They worry about your health as well. They worry if maybe you are just projecting this, even though they do believe it, but they're worried that you don't have an outlet for the negative things in your life. Maybe you don't talk so much. Maybe you don't open up so much about what you're struggling with. And they do worry about you, okay? They do admire you. They do see you as a king. Hello. But they do worry that you're not very open and honest when it comes to the things that are difficult in life, okay? Because maybe you want to be seen as that role model. Maybe you want to be the strong one in the family, in the friendship, right? So yeah, maybe if you feel like you are burdened, as the 10 of Wands card is, then do open up to the women in your life, or the men, okay? But the women in your life, they are more in tune with that you could be carrying something heavy, and open up to them, okay? They are there for you, not to judge you, but to support you. They're definitely going to be there. So yeah, they have your back. Lovely. Last but not least, we have the Ace of Wands. Wonderful. So the women in your life see you as someone who always has a new passion, a new hobby, something to be interested in. Quite literally, this translates to you're that person that they come to for recommendations on what to watch on Netflix, right? What new music to listen to on Apple Music or Spotify. You are the one that they count on when it comes to entertainment. You know, beautiful, kind of shallow, but you know, the things that we are entertained by, the things that we like to do in our spare time. Okay, because like we said, it's kind of a mirror of the men. You know how they see you as more of an introverted person who likes your alone time? Same with the women. Okay, so when it comes to, like, you know, listening to music is something you usually do alone, right? When you're driving or when you're on the treadmill, or watching Netflix, like I said, something you do when you're winding down at night or relaxing on the weekends. So the women in your life come to you for recommendations when it comes to stuff like that. So there you go. Very positive. A lot of mirroring. The Sun and the Six of Cups are similar, right? The Seven of Wands and the Ten of Wands, kind of similar, right? But either way, both the women and the men in your life, they admire you. They see your strengths. But the women more than the men are worried that maybe you are carrying too much and you're not showing them your vulnerable side. And if that's true, then please know that both of them, everyone in your life, they're there for you. You're such a positive force in their environment that they want to be the same for you. So if there are some hidden problems there, something that you need to talk about, feel free to open up to anyone, but especially the women in your life. They're there to listen. They're there to help. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.